Okay, so here it is. I've been up all night working on this. It's 2:30 in the morning. I hadn't had any chance to glue my darts. I decided to just go with what everyone else is using. Two reasons. One, I just don't have the time to do these 100 version 3s. Number two, if I have 100 version 3s and people have thousands of artifact darts there, that means 10% of the ammo is going to be different. So I've never tried an artifact dart. I wanted to give it a day in court because this is the vacation of giving things a day in court, and I'll hand those back to Hang. I just didn't have time to do them. Sorry, bud. You know, he is my friend. We click, we get along, we talk. I love the guy to death. I've known him for 3 years. Outstanding person, and I really think that this is a good move to go with this. And this is a prototype, mold. Okay, this is, from what I understand, not going to be final production. So I've heard other ideas that other people had. I'm going to let them discuss it, not me. Like, you're not going to hear about that from me. You're going to hear about it from the people who originally came up with it, because credit is credit due. Okay, and I'm going to host a interview with the guy who has the controversial original X Zeus. Okay, and I'm going to try to get all the reviewers around to interview him and ask him about it, the difference between that and that. So, let's see. Let's start with the fact that you can get shotgun grip, you can get three-sided pick your nail rails, and you can get this all in one package. They're going for $135. You also get this right here, you know, the magazine release, one-handed. $135. After that, you can put whatever breech you want in there. I'm going to be the only guy running an Explorer breech. I'm running Trooper Kit breech, with the exception of the bolt set is the nylon bolt set that comes with this. Oh yes, and you get that too with this. A nice bolt sled that's probably better than, I think, any Orange Mod Works bolt sled and anything short of metal ever made for a long shot, period. And maybe even some that were. Because Nylon 6 is one tough-ass composite, okay? It's not as tough as aluminum. Yeah, it's not, but it's tough enough. That's cool. Let's say I hate blasters that are pieced together. I hate, for example, a blaster with this pictionary rail is separate. Yes, it makes gives you that two-tone look, everything, but that's like a separate piece. And then the stock that always moves when you try to prime it. This one's doing 18K, and I'm priming it just fine without this moving. That's great. It works well with the stock trigger. The spring, it has to be lower. The big deal with the spring is that it's, on a normal long shot, you have this big prime indicator, so you have this big space where the spring has to be. On this one, it's less, so you have to have like 2/3 of the spring. Okay. It feels like it would prime well. It feels like it would do well in battle. Now let's get to the gripes. Okay. Number one, too wide of tolerances, too much play in a few areas. One such area is my magazine. That's way too wide, guys. That's just too wide. Will it work? Does it make it faster? Can I fix this by simply throwing some Velcro on this side, the back side of Velcro, and throwing that? Not that the consumer should do that or have to do that, but I do it. Yeah, that would work. But the point is, we want this the best we can be before it gets out the door, and that's it right there. Okay, number two, this screw. It's really easy to over-tighten this screw and just bend everything in. What they need is a screw where the threading stops right there, and then when you're done with the threading stopping, it's solid, unthreaded, okay? Don't bend. There's no way of bending it, and not only that, you now have solid threaded metal that the bolt sled would be priming all of. That would be bitchin', okay? Now let's get to the shotgun grip itself. The hole of this is cut too wide. That's just too janky. Okay, that should be tighter, definitely. Should have a tighter tolerance. Then you get to the pump handle. Way too wide in front. Would it prime? Would it work in battle? Yes, but it would be junky. It just would clack around, everything like that. This circle part right here needs to be a lot closer to tolerance. As a matter of fact, this part that curves, this should be sharp, I think, and that would curve it really well. Okay, this should be no more than 20 mils. 20 mils, 20 mils, 20 mils, 20 mils, 20 mils of play. No more than 20. I even say if you can get away with it, 15 mils of play. Okay, I don't think this material has a lot of shrinkage, so I don't think our molds need to compensate for that much play. It really doesn't. The side rails look good. The barrel assembly looks good. Really good solution. Okay. This is here is good, but it was a pain in the butt for me to put together. But oh well, it's a lot nicer than, let's say, the Sentinel trigger catch. Oh gosh, to ever take apart a Sentinel and put it back together? Yeah, sit around for 3 hours trying to put that back together? Yeah, that's your first day with a Sentinel. Okay, so my suggestions are really simple. Tighter hole, the suggestion with the screw, tighten all this in here. This is way too much. Make available a longer version of stock. Keep the stock, the one that's on there, but make available a longer version, maybe one that goes here for us tall guys. Tighten the tolerances in here, and also there's still a little bit of a misalignment issue here. I don't think it's the tooling. I think it's more the drill holes. Boom, boom, boom. Move it up on that side, center it better. You'll be fine. Okay, making precision stuff is quite a miracle. It's not easy, especially when you got to deal with a lot of shrinkages, this and that. And many companies come up with prototypes. However, I'll use it. It's cool. I mean, there's nothing I can't work around with all this. It's nothing that I won't use. But if we can make it better, we can make it better. Well, I'm here to make Nerf better, and I'm here to make Zeus 2 better. So at any rate, this is Chris Cartea. Peace out. And I will be battling tomorrow, and we'll have a post-game review. And we'll find out if that sled held up to my Alpha Trooper fire level. Oh, maybe it's a little less than Alpha Trooper. Like Alpha Trooper, I would say it's like 10 seconds for 18 darts. Mine's more 15 darts in 12 seconds, 15 darts in 15 seconds. So, it's a little slower. It's not slam mode, But my role for an Alpha Trooper is basically, my role for a long shot is basically like an Alpha Trooper. Okay? It's not like that. The other thing I like about this is the grip. Really wide. Look how big that grip is. Wow. Big guys like me like that grip. That's nice. But one thing I suggested is to make this so it's here, and you probably have to move your screw holes here, and make this an insert to be as wide or as narrow as you want. Yeah. But I like the white handle. This is like better than most Nerf blasters I've ever used. Alright. So, anyway, enjoy. I gotta go to bed because it's like 3 in the morning. And take care. I talked to the CEO this morning of Jet Blaster Mod. I showed him the first part of the video, like before this cut, the one in the middle of the night, okay, when I was reviewing this. He asked me to put a score on it, where it sits, and he says he's going to improve the changes. So it really seems like this is not just about, to them, selling stuff, having a company that's disconnected from everybody because, we want to stay away from all those shit posters and negative people and all that stuff. It seems like they really want to listen and change and valid points, but you'll notice my valid point was not as simple as, make it mango, make it this, make it that. Oh, put like a grip on it like in that one movie, dude. It was actually logical, technical feedback. Like, the tolerances here need to be better, this needs to be better, that better. I think if they're approached, and not flooded, but approached with logical changes that are needed, and they are given a logical premise on a solution, I believe if you're reasonable, they'll be reasonable back. And it is not just their pursuit, in my opinion, of responding to the customer. It's also ours responsible to make them aware and to do it in a forthright and professional manner. And that's what I'm trying to do. And they said they're going to improve it and change it. I think that's just awesome. Overall score on this blaster right now, before the war, I give it about anywhere from the 8.8 to 9. And why is it not in the above 9 range? Well, the play is of concern. I don't know how the bolt set is going to hold up. And I really have to take it out to battle. Okay, it needs those few changes to it. Okay? If they were to do that, if this was solid and smooth and was just solid and had no play and worked perfectly and didn't cost you any effort on the prime, I would give this about a 9.5. okay? And if they addressed the issues of availability of stock, maybe with different styles of stocks too, like add-on stocks be different, which they can easily package. I would add a trigger myself, a trigger with that JetX logo, just like here, there, boom, boom. I don't think that's too many JetXs in one place, or just says Zeus 2 on it. You know, I think that would be cool. The same material as a sled, and I think the parts kit when it comes out the structural part should be that nylon if it holds up, and the interlocking part should be Delrin, and have an aluminum barrel, which is a standard threaded aluminum barrel that comes in lengths of 8, 10, 12, and 14 inches. That's what I think they need to do. And if they got rid of this, and if they fixed this mag and they made it that tight, they made it tight but able to take the looser Explorer mags and the Pac D mags, and all mags effectively, which is hard because some of them are really, I would give them a 10. I would give them a 10. And all mags that with this spacing right here will work in this system, or any mag you throw, irrespective of any breach, worker, artifact, explorer. If they can pull that off, would I be great? Because I saw them install it, and it fit just as well and seemed to work just as well with an artifact breach as an explorer breach when it came to fitting. Okay, artifact breach was a little wide over there. I saw a few people was a little wide, but that could be fixed with a little filing. But here, this is a tough job. You got to please everybody with one shell to make it universal. But it's also up to the standards of the other people who are making the parts for the long shot. They have to stick with the same standard when it comes to how big is your load gate, how big are your barrels, how your pusher, everything else, and how is it going to fit into your bolt sled. All these issues are issues that the manufacturer has to address, not just Jet Blatser. So it's a two-way street, and I say the same thing for the customer and company relationship. It's a two-way street. All right. Well, I got to add this to the video, upload it, and I got to go. I'm getting picked up, I think, about 10 o'clock, and we are playing in this. Oh, yeah. See you later.